as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Oh, nice move. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They will throw on first down with Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They go play action. Mayfield. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
Good catch and excellent creation of a big play downfield. And I can guarantee you this, that's not a play this defense has practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Mayfield to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these 2 franchises struggled. But now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their rosters. But one of the most defining moments of this rivalry to me wasn't even in a Browns-Bengals game. It was a Seahawks-Bengals game. But head coach Sam Wyche addressed the crowd and emphasized that Cincinnati was the place to be.
Well, Charles, I think his exact words were, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Here's Landry. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Mixon with a first down carry. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Mayfield now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That's taken it around the 40. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is yours? Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. There are two. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
On second down, here's Mixon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, buddy.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Mayfield on first down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Landry now on the return. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault.
It's caught at the 25. And all the way in for the Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the round is on here in this first half. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Flushed out right. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mayfield now from the 50. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A desperation heat for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. To return it, Darius Phillips. The Bengals drive about to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. John Johnson with the INT. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there.
Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, Phillips. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There he goes, right side. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return, Phillips. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow eluding the pressure right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now it's Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down. Here's Burrow to Mixon on the check down. So nothing doing there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Mayfield on play action. Rolling to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Mayfield off the play fake. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go. Right, right. Let's go. Hey, Mikes.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return, Phillips. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Now it's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 121 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Now Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A handoff to Mixon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission. And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. If they got it, I mean, it worked, but interesting call. I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want. And he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, 42 yards. And the Bengals are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Landry. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mayfield going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Let's go. Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's do this. 15 to the back.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. Able to power through, and he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing again, it's Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Von Bell. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. And clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati,